welcome to another heroic. Today we are here in Ahn'kahet, the Old Kingdom. Excited to finally be bringing this dungeon to you guys. Took me a little bit to get a good group together. I did get one other run in here, but the recording wasn't as nice as I would have liked it, so we're going again for round 2 here. Really interesting dungeon. 5 badges, I believe, to be attained here if you're willing to do all the bosses. You don't have to, though. You can skip at least 2 of them, I believe. But we'll see those later. Something to note, this Watcher's Corpse. When you come into the dungeon, the first mob always drops this Ahn'kahet Watcher's Corpse. You can use that at the end of the dungeon. You can burn that body for a little quest here. I believe this is the quest here. Rewards you with gold. So 42 gold, not bad for just doing a dungeon in time. The big thing is you can't die, I believe. I believe if you die, the corpse disintegrates in your inventory, so you can't turn it in. Mobs in here are a little bit more challenging than most of the other dungeons I've seen, so I would say this is definitely one of the harder heroics out there. Got a lot of Death Knights in today's run. Right, we've got this poison on us. I can't dispel it as a priest, unfortunately. We'll get a little bit of mana back. So spells and ability costs are increased by 25%. Probably why I was so low on mana. Makes sense. Throw out our Shadow Fiend here before we get to the first boss, and hopefully we get this effect dropped off pretty quick here. There is pretty high mob density, so something to keep in mind. Careful you're not running into too many mobs and things like that. You're controlling your packs pretty well. I'm not sure what our Warlock's doing. Hopefully he catches up and comes along with us. But we'll proceed, just me and the Death Knights for now at least. Now our Warlock's back up, so very good, very good. Alright, first boss is going to be up here in this next room. I believe there's one more trash pack in his room. Yeah, a little one up there on the left. I don't think you really need to kill it, though. Yeah, they die right away anyway. So the idea with this boss is he will summon ads, little ads and big ads. The big ads need to be killed because the boss will be immune once those ads are out, so you need to swap to them through our power infusion. You've also got these small little ads here, and they will get enraged, so we'll make sure we take those into our group so that our tank can pick them up. This is the big ad I was talking about. You need to kill him in order to continue to damage the boss. You can see the boss is immune there. I definitely recommend standing in with your group if you're healing, because you're just going to get so much healer aggro off those little ads. Unless your tank is throwing out a Death and Decay or is really on top of it, or maybe hunters are misdirecting them to your tank, you're just going to end up with healer aggro on them. So stand inside, I think you'll be a little safer. But there we go, nothing too crazy. Moving on here, jumping down. And we've got these little geists here. So good variety of little packs here. We've got these big guys as well. Nothing too impactful. You've got these caster mobs, so you may want to LOS them, or if you can charge right in, if you're a Death Knight, you strangulate them or something like that. But be aware that you've got these casters in your group, in your next couple packs here. See if we get this big bone grinder. I don't think we will on this pull, which is nice. You'll also get in these packs shades, and if you stand by those shades when they die, I believe they explode and do a fair amount of damage to your group. Picked up the bone grinder here, and I think we're going to have these geists. Yep, alright. When you're clearing this room, it's important that you are heading up these platforms behind us and to our right there, these spider webs. There are crystals you need to click up there to actually allow yourself to get to the next boss. If you don't clear them out, you see how there's that blue up there on that dais. You can't actually get to the boss if you were to just run right up there. You have to clear these packs. And these are more of those caster packs up here. I'd love to get a little more mana here. But we're zooming. We're zooming. So you see how everybody got blown back there. And these are the crystals you need to click here. Try and nab as much mana as we can. Yep, then we're going to go up this second platform here. Try and get a little more mana before we start. A little bit. Nice little soul stone on me. So this... Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Well, that, that Death Knight's got a power infusion, but it's alright. These bone grinders, if you get them on their own, I don't think are too dangerous. They do have fear, looks like. I wasn't aware of that. So I guess be careful. We'll see if we run into this other pack. Oh, yep, I think we got them. We did indeed get them. Alright. Keep chugging mana potions, and we'll get into it here. I really love my penance. It just feels like such a strong spell. You can really nab, you know, big heals much quicker than you can with other specs, in my experience. Alright, definitely want some mana. So this next boss up here, he's one of the San Lane. So the San Lane are cool. They're, if you follow the story back to Warcraft 3, Kael'thas brought a number of Death Knights, or not Death Knights, I apologize, Blood Elves with him to Northrend to try and stop Illidan's, with him to try and okay. So Kael'thas, along with Illidan and Lady Vashj, came to Northrend to try and kill the Lich King, and Arthas Menethil stopped them. Kael'thas brought with him some of his most powerful mages who were, you know, Blood Elf mages along with him, and a number of them were risen as San Lane, basically vampires, which is cool. So this boss, he will jump on the backs of your group members and try and suck their blood. Doesn't do a ton, but it takes somebody out of the fight for a little bit. So here you see, yep, he's got me stunned, healing taken reduced by 100%, damage to Prince Taladrim may break this effect, so your group needs to, you know, get on the boss, try and kill him off. He'll also, yep, do this, throw out these orbs of fire. They're kind of unavoidable. You just kind of want to spread out so you drag them away from each other and they aren't damaging everybody all at the same time. But not a super, more of a fun boss than a super challenging boss. And here we're entering sort of the last section of the dungeon where there are 3 different bosses, and you need to, you can take them out in any order you so choose. The last boss is up here on the right. There's a boss up here, and there's a boss down here as well. So we're making our way. This is the most common route, but we're making our way now towards the mushroom boss here. And there's a series of mobs that you'll have to kill. Mushroom mobs down the way. These guys also drop a quest item, I believe. It's just, I think you can only do it once though, but essentially you pick up a little mushroom and you turn it into some NPCs. I think they're right outside the entrance to the dungeon, and I think you just get more gold for doing it. These mobs, when they die, you can see our group standing in them a little bit. They will drop these pools of green. I mean, it's World of Warcraft 101, don't stand in it. Funky fungus. So that's the quest. I believe you accept the quest and then you have to. So you get the item, you accept the quest. I have accepted it from the last time I was in here. You kill the rest of the mobs to pick up the fungus, and then you turn it in, is I believe how it works. That's the boss up there. So I think the idea, you want to stand away from the poisonous mushrooms. I think you can stand by the healthy mushrooms, but if you kill a healthy mushroom, I believe it spawns poisonous mushrooms. So that's something to keep in mind. He'll also shrink you, make you mini here, which reduces your damage done and your defense quite significantly. So your tank's going to take a lot more damage. I am not aware. I think there probably is a way that you can get large. I'm not aware of what it is. It may come down to like killing nice mushrooms or killing bad mushrooms. Something to that effect, I'm sure. What it is, I couldn't tell you. I'm sorry. I think a lot of groups later in the expansion will, I don't know what killed him, later in the expansion will probably skip this boss. I don't expect it will be super popular just because it is a little bit out of your way to get down here. And if you don't care about the emblem, there's not much reason to do it. But now we'll backtrack, we'll rebuff our friend here. But we're going to backtrack back upstairs. I don't even think... Yeah, we would have technically needed to kill a couple more of these savage cave beasts in order to get enough mushrooms for that quest. So if you're leveling, you probably want to do it. Or if you're in here with your guild and they don't mind doing it. But otherwise, I don't think most groups will probably do it. Ooh, I accidentally... That's my fault. Without a platter or a add-on to show their nameplates above their heads, I walked right into them. So careful, I suppose, there. Don't emulate me and body pull. Luckily, we almost certainly would have had to kill that mob anyway, but a little curse of tongues there, a little annoying. Trying to get a little better using binding heal. It really is a very efficient heal, even though it is mana expensive on its own. These groups can be a bit dangerous for sure. I would definitely say that there's more damage coming out of these groups than many others. And in the past, I recall back in the day that this could be a little bit dangerous. But coming up to that next boss here, this is a really cool one. After you clear out these Twilight Initiates here, you can start the boss, and another set of Twilight Initiates will run out, but they are immune. You won't be able to kill them right off the bat. You will have to they're involved in the boss. What the boss will do here, she will sort of tell one of these initiates to come forward and sacrifice themselves, and you need to switch to that mob and kill them, or the boss will enrage. You can slow them, I believe. I'm not sure if Death Knights can pull them away. See this initiate here. Everybody switches and kills him. And here we are back to the boss. Throw out a little DPS here to end the fight up.
Do not expect
And there we go.
your sacrilege to go unpunished.
So we saw Twilight Initiates there. She's a member of the Twilight's Hammer. While there is, the Scourge do have a presence in this dungeon, especially towards the beginning. As we move here into the later stages, we see the other side of the Nerubians, their allegiance to the old gods and the shadow, the powers of the Void, I believe it is, in Warcraft lore. We see them sort of take over the dungeon, and they have a lot of... they have the main sway here. So this is the last boss up here. You've got these Forgotten Ones in between. These Forgotten Ones will throw out these big void bolts that will sort of spiral through the air and land on the ground. Yep, Shadow Crash. So there it is. Yep. So you just want to kind of look and move out of the way so you don't stand where it's going to fall. Nothing too crazy, but more of, some mechanic. I do recommend you clear all of them out. I don't know if they pull with the boss, but they might. But even if they don't, you'll probably want a fair amount of space for this room. So the main mechanic of this boss is insanity. He will sort of put everybody in the group into their own little phase, and all your group members will turn evil, and you will have to defeat them. They're not controlled by the other players in those circumstances. They're just NPCs, but you need to kill them in order to move forward. If you're playing a healer like me, you don't have to worry too much. As your DPS and your tank kill the enemies in their phases, slowly they'll start to trickle into your phase to help you clear out your enemies as well. So we'll see it here. So many ghouls. I love it. 3 Death Knights, and you've got, I think that would make, I think you summon 10, so I think it's 30 ghouls running in here. See, the boss just sort of flips out, goes everywhere. Throw a little power infusion on our Warlock too. See how quick we can burn the boss down. Yep, so here's Insanity. So I'll go ahead and bubble myself. Let's throw out a little fear here, send everybody running away, and see if we can kill this Warlock. Right, so see, like now, yep, most of our DPS have stepped into our phase here, so we will clear them off here. And we're back on the boss. He'll throw out a second Insanity almost immediately, in my experience, so watch out for that. You'll pretty much go right back into where you were, which is fine. I mean, it's cool, and certainly the better your gear gets, I think the quicker you'll just be able to nuke these guys down. You see, even as a healer, I'm just casting some smites here. I can bring this Warlock down pretty quickly. And yep, here's our group mates in here to join us. So yeah, even as a healer, it might be sort of an intimidating mechanic. Looks like he'll also put these curses on us. But there we go, guys. That was Ahn'kahet, the Old Kingdom. Up here is where that quest I was talking about. I'll show you that real quick. The burning of that corpse. Should be this brazier right here. Alright. And there we go. So that's that quest done. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it. I think this is the last heroic that I needed to record to show them all to you. So thank you so much for coming along, guys. Have a great day.